All right, we're back. Welcome to another episode of the Value Vault. I think this is episode 26. Could possibly be 27. Either way, it's good to have you back. So the episode today, I just need to make you aware that it's currently 32 minutes past 10 at night here. And I wasn't actually going to record this episode. I was actually going to give in to the fact that I didn't get it done today when I told myself that I was going to get it done today. And that's what I'm going to speak about in this episode. It's going to be a pretty short one, but it's going to be about the point of really practicing keeping your word to yourself. Because I think a lot of the time, a lot of the reasons why we can sort of lose trust within ourselves and lack confidence and feel, a little bit insecure, or, we're not fully grasping the belief about ourselves. I think a lot of it has to do with how good we are at keeping our word to ourselves, how much we actually trust ourselves. Because if you think about it from this sense, right, if you're on a path of creating a life that you've never had, or you are going after a goal that you've never had before, right? You're trying to experience something new. Hopefully you understand now that, or by now, that you've got to do things that you've never done in order to have something that you've never had. You've got to become a different version of yourself, which means then that you have to go into the unknown, right? Because it isn't the current known and familiar pattern that you are currently operating with. You're not currently doing the things that would get you the results that you want, otherwise you would already have the result. So with the art of going into the unknown, I think when we simply understand with the brain, it craves certainty, because certainty equals control, and control for the brain makes your brain feel like you are now safe. Because it can control the environment. It can control you. It knows how to operate in the particular environment. So the known and the familiar to the brain is what makes the brain feel safe. When you venture into the unknown and the unfamiliar, that to the brain, it's uncertain and it's unknown. And that by default has your brain anticipate worst case scenarios. By default, it's instinctive, because it was actually that pattern which allowed us to survive the Homo sapien times, right? The ability to perceive and anticipate a threat to life was quite literally the reason why we survived, and the reason why we're ultimately here today. It was that safety response, that survival response. However, in this day and age now, obviously we've adapted, we've evolved, but that inner process of perceiving danger when we venture into the unknown is still the same thing. Now, the reason why that's an important thing to really understand is because if you're on the path of becoming somebody who you've never been, doing things that you've never done so that you can achieve something that you've never achieved before, right? This new thing that you're going after, well, the ultimate deciding fact, or the ultimate deciding factor into how you're going to fail, a lot of it's going to come down to how much you actually trust yourself. Because if you were in the unknown and your brain anticipates worst case scenarios, the anticipation of a negative thing happening from an unknown event, which is just something which hasn't yet happened or taken place yet, that creates doubt and worry. The anticipation of something negative happening creates doubts and worries, which manifests as fear and put your body in a vibration of anxiety. Now, the polarity of it is understanding. It's knowledge. It's making this unknown and unfamiliar the known and the familiar, which then, when you positively anticipate a future scenario happening, the positive anticipation creates confidence, which then manifests as faith and puts your body in a vibration of well-being, where the negative anticipation of an unknown scenario, that creates doubt and worry, which manifests as fear and puts your body in a vibration of anxiety. So really, from what I'm experiencing in life and what you will learn from anybody who's really amounted to anything great in their life, they'll be of the same belief and opinion that if you can't really trust yourself, then a lot of the time the journey is going to be very, very difficult, and you're going to be getting in your way. Because when you have the inner trust within yourself, you know that even though you're in the unknown, you just have that level of confidence that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out. Why? Because I trust myself. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to unfold. And the truth be told, you can't control that. You can influence it, but you can't control that. But if you just trust that either way, you are going to do what's necessary. Either way, you're going to carry out the tasks. That inner trust is what can manifest as confidence. That acts as a strong foundation for you moving forward and venturing into the unknown, which is going to be major for the journey that you're on of becoming a better version of yourself, doing new things, leveling yourself up, improving your skill set, right? So to tie that into full circle behind me ultimately getting on and doing a podcast at 32 minutes past 10 at night is because I said to myself today, well, 3 main tasks that I'm going to do, 2 of them I haven't done yet, and I've had all day to do it, and I almost didn't do this, and I was creating a story in my mind of like, oh well, it's okay, I'll just accept that I didn't do it, and then I'll improve it tomorrow, I'll give it another go tomorrow. Like, I could have done that, and I almost did do that, but then I was just like, well, what message is that sending to myself that I can't follow through on my word? And obviously life is going to happen from time to time, but I know that I could have done this today, but I didn't. So really the message that I'm trying to get behind of the episode today is me just being living proof of this, instead of just trying to speak about stuff which I'm not really embodying myself. It's like, I am also in the trenches. I am also on the journey of becoming a better version of myself to create a better version of my life, which means I've got to do new things. I'm forming new patterns. I'm forming new habits, right? I've got to do things regardless about how I feel about doing them. And a lot of the time, I'm really trying to ingrain the pattern of giving myself a demand and following through. Because I know that over time, the trust that I have within myself and my word, it's going to become a solid foundation, which is major, because when I'm venturing into the unknown, it's that solid foundation which is going to help me switch my mindset from the negative to the positive, because I know that I'm not lying to myself, because I'm just going to fully believe that I trust myself. I trust that whatever I need to do, I'm going to do, because I'm forming the habit of giving myself a command and I'm following through on the command. And usually what you'll find is, a lot of the times in the moments where you really, really do not want to do it and you almost just don't do it, if you can force yourself to do it in that moment, that's usually where the most growth takes place. That's really what ingrains the pattern even deeper, because it's like, no matter the situation, I'm going to get it done. Yes, it's 10:30 at night. Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I want to be asleep right now. But I'm in front of the laptop and I'm recording a podcast episode, because I've told myself I'm going to do something and I'm doing it. All right. So what areas in your life can you improve that? What areas in your life are you not doing that? And where can you now channel that? Where do you want to improve on? Where do you want to improve confidence in? Because it all starts with improving confidence within yourself, which is a direct reflection of your level of self-esteem, which comes ultimately down to how often are you showing up for yourself? How often are you keeping your word to yourself? Because when you keep those promises, right, and you follow through, then what you're going to find is your energy is going to elevate itself. Confidence is going to elevate. You're going to become more of a magnet to people who also have that same type of energy. All right. So it's such an important thing, which I'm really beginning to learn. And yeah, I've just wanted to share that, because I'm also on this journey myself, you know. Nobody's got it all figured out. But really it's down to, how bad do you want it? So where in your life can you improve keeping your word to yourself? Or if you were already doing it, keep doing it. Identify where you're doing it and double down on it. Become more aware of the fact that you're doing it, and actually give yourself some gratitude and appreciation for that, because a lot of people aren't. I certainly haven't. in the past. So yeah, that's the episode. Keep your word to yourself more than anything else. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Peace out. God bless. See you soon.